Okay, everybody, hello again. Okay, so this week I am cash stuffing. Yeah, I believe it's $2,461. It's that amount because last week I didn't cash stuff some of my envelopes. I didn't even go to the bank. I just did my cash planning. So this is a combination of 2 weeks worth of some of the categories. So I'm gonna get into it pretty quickly. I'm gonna start with my wallet, and I need to pull up my cash planning. So I'm gonna be going back and forth. This is the previous week's planning, and then this is this week's. Okay, so right, let's see. So let's go groceries this week. So for a couple of weeks I didn't pull out any cash for groceries. It was just from the ATM. No, just from my debit card. I didn't want to go to the bank, and I just said I'll pay with debit and then see how it goes. It didn't work out for me because then I lost track of what I spent, and I think I went over budget on one of the weeks. So for groceries this week is 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So $300 this week. I'm trying to go fast because I want to clip this. So groceries got 300. Laundry is getting 60, and I'm doing $60 this week for laundry because I want to wash all of my linens and blankets and stuff like that. Just because my kids and I were coming out of being sick. Everybody had a cold. Everybody was sick in the house. So I want to just freshen up the whole house. So everything is getting washed. So laundry got 60. Household is getting 40. So in the household budget is everything that's needed to clean my house. And if I need any disposable items, and that's it. So in the laundry category, that's like the washers and dryers and the soap. Okay. Because I take my laundry outside the house. So this week household is getting 40 because I'm going to need some disposables pretty soon. And I'm going to need to stock up on my meal prep trays because I also buy those as disposables. Because my husband has a bad habit of not bringing the trays back in a timely fashion. So I just give him disposables. Hygiene is getting 30. Okay. So shampoo, conditioner, body wash, deodorant, toothpaste, those things. Hair products. Okay, hair is for haircuts. It's gonna get 30. And 30 because I need to get my hair done. And I'm gonna do 2 5s actually. I didn't get enough 10s when I went to the bank because the ATM only had they only had 5s and 20s and 100s, and I needed a 10s. So I didn't catch the bank open when I went, so I had to just rely on the ATM. I'm skipping coffee this week because I overspent last week on coffee. So I'm not going to do coffee this week. Also, the lines at Starbucks are just not it right now. And the lines at, I've looked at so many different coffee shops, and then it's just, I guess because of the holiday season, people are like going more often, and I'll pass. So we're gonna skip coffee this week. Personal is getting, so it's getting 25 for myself, and then my husband gets 25. I'm gonna put his off to the side. And I realized when I did my cash planning that I did not put money in for my kids. So I'm gonna come back to that because in the previous week's cash planning because I have 2 weeks worth, remember? I still included personal for myself and for my husband, which is $50. But I didn't put money aside for my kids into their envelopes, so I'm going to have to rework that number. But so that being said, I'm going to take out the money that would have been for my personal spending for myself and for my husband for last week. And I'll figure it out so that each kid gets something in their envelope. Okay, so I'm going to put these off to the side as well. Okay. But for this week is getting 15. We'll do 5s. 5, 10, 15. Okay. And then, like I said, I'll come back to do the kiddos, their envelopes. I'll probably do that at the very end. So that's it for my wallet. I do need to check off everything that I did. I did groceries, laundry, household hygiene, hair, coffee. We skipped personal, and buffer. Okay. So now we're going into the bills binder, and here I'm gonna have to bring out both the one from last week and the one from this week. Double numbers. I'm just like, we'll figure it out. Okay. So, bills binder. The good thing is that the money was in the bank and we didn't touch it. That's a fear that I have from like before, when we had really bad spending habits, that we would just overspend the money that we needed to save for bills. But we don't do that anymore, thank goodness. That's a bad habit that we broke. But getting back into this binder, the bills binder, we're doing rent. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we're checking off as we go. Rent for both. We're skipping electricity, and then we're skipping internet. Because those are 2 bills that are getting paid this week. So skipping electricity, and they're the 2 that I unstuffed previously. Cell phones, this is last week. Current week is getting $50 bill. Okay. And then phones is getting 25 and 25. Okay. Skip. Done. Phones. Okay. Okay, so now it has 50 in it. Okay, student loan is getting $44. And this one is going to be fully funded. I really need to make some of those fully funded placeholders. I don't have any. So it's 20, 40, 60, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. Okay. Okay, student loan. Personal loan is being skipped this week because it is one of those bills that is It's gonna be charged from our bank account this week, and it's one of the ones that I unstuffed. Streaming is getting 35, so $70. I'm not gonna change the denominations because I don't want to throw off my setup. So it's gonna get 2 10s and 2 5s. Okay. 40, 50, 60, 65, 70. All right, streaming is done. Check. Gym is getting 25. 25 for each week. Okay, 25 for each week. Annual passes, $14 for each week. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This one needs 1 more week and it'll be fully funded. And then phone insurance is getting skipped this week because it is one of the bills that I unstuffed. Okay. That one is done. And there goes my pen. I'm trying to go fast in the video because I want to make clips of the different envelopes, of stuffing the different envelopes. So if I seem a little bit rushed, that's why. All right. We're done with that one. Okay, so I finished stuffing 2 weeks worth of the bills binder, and then I did my wallet. So I'm gonna cut the video here and gonna come back to do my sinking funds, which is gonna be 2 weeks worth of my sinking funds. And actually, we're gonna pause. We're not gonna cut it off just yet. So I did say that I want to put money into my kids' envelopes. So I have $50 here. And I'm trying to see. So each kid can get $15 and then I'll have a little bit of money left over. Yeah, so there'll be $5 left over. So we're gonna do that. We're going to get change for one of these bills in here, right? Because I just stuffed actually annual passes like this. Okay, and then okay, perfect. Right, so now we have change. So each kid is gonna get 15 into their envelope, and then the leftover 5 is going to, it's gonna go into, I guess I'll put it into my 100 envelope challenge. Okay. So each kid gets $15. And then this extra 5, I'll put it here for the 100 envelope challenge. So let me get my wallet again. Okay. And like some of them do have money in their envelopes right now. That doesn't mean that because they have money, I don't give them money, right? Because each kid gets the same amount every week. So if one decides to spend all of their money, then they just spent their money, right? So it's not fair to like punish the others because you know, one already spent all of their money. So Theater Kiddo has 35 now. And he's been wanting to go to Home Goods. I don't know if I want to go to Home Goods. That's a bad idea. I'm gonna end up spending, and I don't have a category for Home Goods right now. Okay, Pokemon Kiddo is getting 15. He has 55 now. So I'm gonna give him the option if he wants to transfer money from here into his envelope here to build his savings faster if he wants, or if he wants to spend it all, he can. That's up to him. Okay. So now we're done with the first half of the stuffing. I'm gonna pause it here, and then I did ask previously like what your maximum is for different envelopes. Now my next question for this video is going to be those of you that do cash stuffing, or if you save money, if you're doing any savings challenges, do you do multiple savings challenges, or do you just work on one at a time? Because I have multiple challenges going and it's moving along, but I don't know if I want to just stop doing multiples and then just focus on one challenge to finish it faster. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with those. So if you do multiple challenges, let me know, or if you do one challenge, let me know, and then I'll take your feedback and see if I change how I do things. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video.